Dear students, I welcome you on the lecture series of Information Technology and its application in business. Today we shall take up Unit 6, and under Unit 6 we shall learn in detail about Information System Audit. We shall try to appreciate its meaning and the relevant concepts. So today's objective is to learn the basic idea of information audit, which we call as Information Technology Audit also. Then we will appreciate the differences with the traditional concept of audit, that is how the audit was being conducted or has been conducted when information technology was not in place, that is audit without computer. Then we have moved across and come to the concept of audit with computers, and then finally moving on to the ISA audits, where the audit is done totally in a internet provided atmosphere and everything is being conducted in a electronical manner, that is audit around the computers. Concept will be learned in detail. Thirdly, we shall learn in detail how to conduct a audit in a internet environment. So application of audit and conduct of audit in such atmosphere is to be learned in detail. What are the parameters to be touched upon? So first of all, we will learn the meaning of information technology, why it is being necessary, and how there is a change in the scenario and need arisen to conduct the audits. So let us have an introduction of information technology audits. Information systems are the lifeblood of any large business. As in years past, computer systems do not merely record business transactions but actually drive the key business processes of the enterprise. In such a scenario, senior management and business managers do have concerns about information system. The purpose of ISA audits or IS audit is to review and provide feedback, assurances and suggestions. These concerns can be grouped under three broad categories. So here we can say that in large organizations where the ERP technologies are there or SAP technologies or totally computer controlled atmospheres are there, how the audit is being conducted, how senior management are going to concerned about their data, that means how the senior management is going to manage the data in ISA systems, we will learn it in detail. So let us understand what are the concerns which a senior manager or the management at top level have when the system is controlled under the computer systems or a computer atmosphere. First one is availability. That means when the system is computerized, the first concern of the management is in relation to availability. Will the information system on which the business is heavily dependent be available for the business at all times when required? Are the systems well protected against all type of losses and disasters? So here data availability and integrity is the main issue. Second one is the confidentiality. Will the information in the system be disclosed only to those who have a need to see and use it and not to anyone else? That means confidentiality. That means how secure is our data in a computer generated programs or in computer systems. That's the issue before the management. Availability, then confidentiality, and the third one is integrity. Will the information provided by the system always be accurate, reliable and timely? What ensures that no unauthorized modification can be made to the data or the software in the system? So taking these three concerns, that is availability, confidentiality and integrity, the need to do the ISA audits arises. So this is the base where we need to take care of the security of the data, integrity of the data and availability of the data. We are going to conduct the information system audits. Now let us appreciate the meaning of information system audit. IS audit is a special assignment which is done by specially trained staff in the internal audit department. The objective and scope of coverage of IS audit is then defined by the management. The technical skills required depend on the complexity and objective of the IT environment, audited and related IT processes. So we can say that IS audit is a special assignment because it is an audit to control and to look after the aspects which are being imbibed in organization, to secure the data and to maintain the data integrity. So, here specialized staff having the sound knowledge of the processes and the application processes involved in the system is to be taken care of. Now, let us understand the definition of IS auditing. An audit that encompasses review and evaluation, it can be wholly or partly, of automated information processing systems, related non-automated processes and the interfaces between them. So, this definition is defining a broad aspect of IS auditing. It covers not only the automated processes, but also the concerned processes which can be manual, and how the manual and the automated processes are being interfaced or are being connected. So, all the concerns in relation to a data maintained in the system are to be looked after in a ISA audit. So, let us understand what is the inference drawn from the definition. The definition provides a very broad ambit for a IS audit and covers a review of all or any aspect of IT environment, from development to deployment, from planning to monitoring, and from acquisition to delivery. So, we can say that since the inception or where the need arises for development of a software or a system in a business entity, the IS auditor's work starts from there, and it keeps on moving till monitoring the systems, from planning the IS environments, and from acquisition, that is from the time the system is being installed till its delivery. So, all aspects in relation to the control being imbibed in a IT environment are to be looked in a IT audit. Now, next part to be covered is the audit program. So, let us understand what is the scope of audit program, how it is being drawn, and what aspects are being covered. So, audit program is a program which sets the strategy for an audit to be conducted. So, let us understand it. Audit program for financial, operation, integrated, administrative and IS audits are based on scope and objective of particular assignment. So, once the scope and audit of assignment is being defined, we can draw up our audit programs. IS auditors often evaluate IT functions and systems from different perspectives, such as security. Security is imbibing here confidentiality, integrity and availability of the data. Quality, it includes effectiveness and efficiency. Fiduciary, that is compliance and reliability. Service and capacity. So, these aspects are being touched upon when the IT sector has to be audited by a IS auditor. So, let us evaluate all these concepts one by one in detail as we move ahead. It is important to understand the audit work program because it is the audit strategy and plan. It identifies scope, audit objectives and audit procedures to obtain sufficient competent evidence to draw and support audit conclusions and opinion. So, audit work program is to be analyzed in a very detailed manner because we need to draw a conclusion being a IS auditor upon the important aspects where the audit is being conducted, and in order to ensure a proper audit conclusions and opinions, we need to identify and understand the audit work programs. Now, let us understand what is the objective of conducting IS audit. We have said that an auditor who is conducting audit in the integrated atmosphere where the information technology system is being prevalent, he has to look after various aspects and that too in a detailed manner. The first one is security, which comprises of confidentiality, integrity and availability of data. So, let us understand what is the concern of these terms. It is concerned with safeguarding of assets. Here assets can be the hardwares installed, the systems installed, and integrity of computer, that how secure it is, how accurate the information is being done, that is data processing accuracy is to be looked after, and data processing environment as a whole has to be taken care of when a security aspect is being evaluated by IS auditor. The next important aspect under objective of IS audit is ensuring the quality to be maintained, and here quality comprises of looking after effectiveness and efficiency. So, let us understand the terminology associated with quality. The first one is effectiveness. Effectiveness deals with the information being relevant and pertinent to the business process as well as being delivered in timely, correct, consistent and usable manner. Let us take up an example to understand about the effectiveness of any organization's system. If there is an inventory system and it is being conducted manually, but the information is being drawn and this system is being done is being conducted properly, and wherever relevant information is being needed, it is furnished in a very effective manner, timely manner, we can say that the system is effective as the information is being furnished as required and in a proper manner. Though it is advisable in a large organization to automate the process of inventory control, but if it is semi-automated, still the information is being properly drawn upon, properly used, we can say that system is effective. So, effectiveness is to be concerned with the availability and usability of the relevant information under IT audits or ISA audits. The next one is efficiency. Efficiency refers to the accomplishment of the objective in the shortest time at the least cost. Efficiency focus on providing the information through the optimal, that is most productive and economic usage of resources. So, firstly effectiveness has to be there. If the systems are effective, information is drawn properly, then we can work on efficiency. Be effective and efficient in order to be more productive. So, both has to go hand by hand to ensure the quality, however weightage to be given to the effectiveness of the system so that the efficiency can be maintained later on. Another aspect is fiduciary, that is compliance and reliability are there, proper mechanism is there to ensure the flow of data, interfaces are being set up properly when the systems are being implemented and they are being developed. Service and capacity is also one of the aspects which a ISA auditor has to take in care of. The service in relation to the IT environments, how it is being done, how frequently the changes are being adopted, the new patch-ups, available softwares for the softwares are being updated. So, these sort of the things have to be looked after under IS audit. Now, let us elaborate the elements of IS audit. The first one is physical and environmental review. This includes physical security, power supply, air conditioning, humidity control and other environmental sector. So, when a system is being implemented in an organization where entire thing is automated, most of the things or the entire data is being managed under the IT environment, the auditor has to look after the physical security. Physical security compliance of maintaining proper plans for disaster control, for the backups, for the security of these systems being maintained in the organization. Power supply has to be looked after. Air conditioning, there are certain norms being set up that the supply of power should be at that level and lighting provisions are there. So, these needs to be done in accordance with the principle SOSAT in a integrated atmosphere having the IT compliances. Secondly, system administrative review has to be done. This includes security review of the operating system, database management system, all systems administration procedures and compliance. Thirdly, application software reviews are to be done. There are two types of software, system software and application software. So, here our concern is towards the application software review. The business application could be payroll, invoicing, a web-based customer order processing system or an enterprise resource planning system that actually runs the business. So, here we are trying to give the examples of the application softwares which are being run in a business organization to carry on the activities. So, review of such application softwares include access control, that who is going to do the access of the system, who is authorized, how passwords are being set, how authorization table is being set in the system. So, review of such application softwares include access control and authorization, validations, error and exception handlings, business process flows within the application software, and complementary manual controls and procedures. Additionally, a review of the system development life cycle should be completed. So, this is the inception stage checking, that system development life cycle is to be looked also, and at the same time the regular running of this application software has to be reviewed. So, this is being covered under application software review under IS audits. The next aspect is network security review. Review of the internal and external connections to the system, parameter security, firewall review, router access control list, port scanning and intrusion detection are some typical areas of coverage. So, network security is mainly concerned where data is exchanged over the net via different mediums. So, here we need to look after the internal and external connections to the system. So, here the auditor needs to ensure the access control systems which are being implemented into the system, which are being carried out, or systems which are being implemented in a business entity. So, firewall review, router access review, they need to be taken care of. Next one is the business continuity review, which is the crucial part for conducting IS audits. This includes existence and maintenance of fault tolerant and redundant hardware, backup procedures and storage, and documented and tested disaster recovery and business continuity plan. Business continuity plan is a basic premises which will look after the fault tolerant and redundancy hardware. That means what measures are being taken care of, that in case of any disaster we can continue our business. The backup storage, the backup sites are to be taken care of. The next one is data integrity review. The purpose of this is scrutiny of live data to verify accuracy of controls and impact of weaknesses as noticed from any of the above reviews. That means whatever reviews we have done till, that is network security, data integrity, all these reviews we have done till now. Now, here under data integrity review we will ensure that adequate controls are being there and weaknesses are being removed from the systems so reviewed. Such substantive testing can be done using generalized audit softwares or CAD techniques, which are known as computer assisted audit techniques. So, these are the broad elements to be touched upon under the IS audits. Now, next is the concepts in information system audit. The first one is the phases to the information system audit, that how it is being carried on, what are the beginning steps, then how we will proceed ahead, what aspects we will look into, and how this entire information system audit will flow. Secondly, structure of the financial statement audits, we will look this aspect also into consideration. Then audit around the computer, audit with the computer, and auditing through the computer are fundamental concepts to be understood under IS audits. Now, let us understand these phases of the information system audits. The first one is the internal review and evaluation of the areas to be audited and the audit plan. As in the case of internal audit, we evaluate and review the areas to be audited and make audit plans. Similarly, under IS audit, we will do the same step and we will prepare our audit plans. Secondly, detailed review and evaluation of controls. Thirdly, compliance testing, and lastly, we will do the analysis and report of the result. The next one is the structure of the financial statement audits. So, let us learn it. A transaction is being generated, then accounting system has to be followed, and when we account for this transaction in an accounting system, we will do the interim audit. Compliance testing is to be done. Compliance testing is more related to the implementation of the internal control systems and reviewing them. Then a financial report is being generated, where financial statement and audit substantive testing is being done. That means substantive test in relation to the accuracy and correctness of the data is to be evaluated when financial reports are being drafted. So this is the structure of financial statements audits, which is to be reviewed under IS audits also. Now let us understand compliance testing over here. Auditors perform test of controls to determine the control policies, practices and procedures established by management are functioning as planned. This is known as compliance testing. So it is more related to the control or the review of internal controls, whether they are in place and are working or not. Substantive testing. Substantive testing is the direct verification of financial statement figures. Examples would include reconciliation of a bank account and confirming accounts receivable. So audit confirmations as well as the bank reconciliation would be the part of substantive testing, where the verification of the financial figures is to be done. Now let us understand the meaning of audit around the computer. The auditor ignores computer processing. Instead, the auditor selects source documents that have been input into the system, summarize them manually to see if they match the output of computer processing. So it is being done around the computer. The computer system is not being used as such. Auditing with the computer. This is another concept where the utilization of computer by an auditor to perform some audit work that would otherwise have to be done manually. So there is a use of computer in it. And auditing through the computer, it's the most refined form of doing the audits under IS audits. The process of reviewing and evaluating the internal controls in an electronic data processing system. So we use the CAT techniques and integrated techniques in it and do our auditing through the computers, that is with the entire audit is being conducted via computer. Now students, we are summarizing our lecture of today. Under today's lecture, we have learned the meaning of information systems, then the need arising to do the information system audit. We have also appreciated the elements of information system audits and the objective of conducting a IS audit under a IT environment. We have also tried to appreciate the phases which are to be carried out under information system audit, structure of the financial audits, and also we have learned in detail the three important concepts, that is auditing around the computer, auditing with the computer and auditing through the computer. With this, we are ending up our lecture of today. Thank you.